Today I will be reviewing the movie Joker from 2019. Starring Joaquin Phoenix and Robert De Niro, this movie gained a startling 11 Academy Award nominations at the 2020 ceremony, taking home 2. But despite the Oscar loss, this movie was a behemoth at the box office. So let's dive into this movie today and see, was this movie good or not? The movie, based on the aforementioned comic book character, tells the tale of Arthur Fleck, a 32-year-old man who takes care of his mother while working at a clown office. The film details his steady descent into madness as a series of unfortunate events unfold in his life. As many of you may know, the opinions on this movie run all over the place. While some proclaim themselves as die-hard Joker fans, others dislike the movie, and lots of us just fall somewhere in between. I'm one of the ones that falls somewhere in between. I do have an opinion on this movie though, and starting with the loads of controversy that it stirred up before its release date, obviously it's just fine. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with this movie. Well, at least in terms of comparing it to other rated R movies that are out there. But it seems as though a lot of the large outrage may have came about by two things. One, the already existing Joker fan base, and two, the Aurora shooting, which was a tragic event that occurred in 2012 at a screening of The Dark Knight Rises. But regardless, the controversy over the violence in this movie resulted in statements from Warner Brothers Studio and interview clapbacks from Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillip. But in the end, Warner Brothers came out on top with a record-breaking box office smash of $1 billion worldwide. But like I said before, I feel like this movie is kind of above average. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are parts of this movie that absolutely shimmer. Joaquin Phoenix delivers one of the best performances of 2019 as he once again explores a complex mind on screen. He also took a transformation for the role, losing many pounds. Robert De Niro even makes a bouncy appearance in this movie as the fun, popular talk show host, Murray Franklin. And watching him and Joaquin Phoenix go back and forth is absolutely stunning.
You think men like Thomas Wayne ever think what it's like to be someone like me? To be somebody but themselves? They don't. They think that we'll just sit there and take it like good little boys, that we won't werewolf and go wild.
You finished? I mean, there's so much self-pity, Arthur.
I mean, that has to be the most exciting scene in the movie, in my opinion. And the cinematography is pretty neat to me. I mean, it's a pretty movie with some stunning shots, in my opinion, that utilize the gritty color palette to its best advantage. I also have to point out that the score of this movie is absolutely haunting. Very different from anything I've heard of a movie of this type, with dark, creepy tones that will shake you in your seat. I don't want to butcher the composer's name, but she ended up winning a golden statue for her work on this movie. But my core problem with this movie is with the script, in that I feel as though it tries to dig into too many different ideas without giving each one a specific edge or merit to them. These ideas being mental illness, crooked politics, the underprivileged parts of society, and the ways that the media and different news outlets can help fuel the flames underneath a group of people. And I feel like it doesn't have to dig in deep to any meaty topics to be a nice movie, but a lot of the die-hard Joker fans seem to applaud the film for doing so. I just disagree in a sense that while this movie does bring a lot of those issues to the foreground, it doesn't really make a statement for me. And as a lot of fans have said, I also feel as if the Wayne or Batman story in this movie is a bit underwhelming, but overall, I really like it. I mean, regardless of Joker's many trades, one thing is for sure, this movie strikes back. Todd Phillip said that he was taking this project as an opportunity to turn the comic book movie world on its head, and in a way, get a sort of sweet revenge for his exit from the comedy world. According to him, his style of comedy isn't favorable in Hollywood anymore. That style being that of the Hangover trilogy, which he directed in the earlier parts of the 2010s. Through this movie, he was able to make a comeback that buried the hatchet with Hollywood's treatment of his old style of comedy. We can see that in the dialogue when Joker says, "You are the system that decides what is right and what's wrong, the same way that you decide what's funny or not."
If it was me dying on the sidewalk, you'd walk right over me. I pass you every day and you don't notice me. But these guys, what, because Thomas Wayne cried about them on TV?
You have a problem with Thomas Wayne, too.
Yes, I do.
But despite Todd Phillip's previous work, he manages to deliver a very dark story reminiscent of Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver from 1976. Both films following a loner living in the gritty parts of a tough big city that eventually caused them to crack. But while Taxi Driver is more focused on examining the isolation and loneliness of one Travis Bickle, Joker gives more of a wild ride through Gotham City, as by the end of the movie he gets tons of fans. And evidently this movie had tons of fans as well. With that being said, I can recommend this movie for a fun night with some friends, assuming you haven't already seen it. And if you are planning to watch it, it's better with friends than alone in my opinion. So yeah, go check it out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for supporting me on this YouTube journey. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you made it all the way, thank you so much. Please like, share, comment. Most importantly, comment, because I just really love to talk to you guys. I mean, that's kind of why I started this in the first place, and I also have a letterbox if you are interested. You can follow me there and see pretty much everything that I am watching. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.